Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations Titans Return, Hyperfire and Blurr. So this is part of the Titans Return line, and it's basically the new Headmasters line, and Hyperfire being the small little robot, the Titan Master, that will turn into the head for Blurr. So let's take a look at the back of the box right here, and there you can see how it can interact with Blurr itself and turn the head, and then you can see that all the heads for the different scales of figures are actually interchangeable, which is pretty nice. If you want to check out the little bio we got going over here, you can go ahead and pause it now, and there's a few of the other figures in the line. So let's go ahead and get this thing open up and take a closer look. And here's Blurr out of the packaging. One thing I didn't mention about Scourge is that these do actually come with the collector cards, just like some of the Combiner Wars figures. Hopefully every single one of these comes with a tech spec card, because the annoying thing with Combiner Wars was that it came with some figures and it didn't come with others. There's the one for Scourge, because I missed it. Take a closer look. So the gun can actually attach on the side right here, which I don't think looks all that bad at all. You can also attach it underneath if you wish, because his hands sit right there, so you could put it under there and it's pretty inconspicuous underneath there. So if you're using that for playability's sake, that is pretty nice. It does actually have rolling wheels, one here and two right here, so it does actually roll on the surface, and it does so pretty well. I love how sleek this guy is. So as a size comparison, here is G1 Optimus Prime. They look awesome together. And as you can see, it's actually a little bit longer right there. So it's a bit longer than Scourge, which is nice. Now I love the colours of this guy. The Autobot symbol looks fantastic right there. You can see Fracas inside there, which is awesome. The colours and the mould definitely look like a really awesome G1 Blurr. You have the nice rockets at the back there and everything. You have the wheels like I mentioned. It's fantastic. But in robot mode, as you will see, it's extremely bland. Now this blue is very nice. It's a greeny blue, like a kind of turquoisey, or pretty much actually a teal, I would say. The teal is fantastic, but it's not accurate, and the Takara version is accurate. It has more white in this lighter blue and looks fantastic in robot mode. So yeah, if you want a better look in robot mode, definitely go for the Takara version, but this one looks pretty good as it is. So Fracas just sits right in here. It does actually connect at the bottom there using this little tab on the bottom of the legs. So as you can see, you've got the hip and knee movement right there. The hands just move up and down, and then the ball joint for the head. And there's another way that you can use this guy. So if you untab the sides here, you can bring this down and unpeg the front piece right here. And you can get inside, you can take Hyperfire and you can push him in, and he clips in and will push out this little peg, which then means that that can sit there, and you can go ahead and use this as like its own separate little ship, which is pretty nice. You do have the pegs on the side, so you can put the gun on there if you want to as well. So, and I know I said Fracas whilst it was in there, I was just reminded by the Scourge, it is obviously Hyperfire. To get Hyperfire into the head mode, you simply just fold him up just like so. It is, you know, there's a lot of head at the back of these, but to be honest, it doesn't really look all that bad at all. And the actual front part of the head sculpt looks very, very nice indeed. So to transform the rest of this guy, you're already kind of halfway there when you've got it open like this. All we want to do is, with these leg parts, split them, and these sections at the back here will actually open up, allowing us to fold it down. And then we can go ahead and close it back, and then bring this foot section down, revealing very nice sort of G1-esque sort of sticker detailing, which is pretty cool. Fold this one down. Now this one's a little bit different. It has that fin in, so we want to go ahead and rotate that inside before we close it. Bring the foot part down, and the arms simply rotate around and clip in place. This section here, you want to actually bring up, fold the chair back in, and then this sits down flush. It goes all the way down now. Rotate these pieces right here onto the back of the forearms, revealing the fists. And then you can go ahead and peg this onto the back if you wish, or you could just leave it off. I'm just going to leave it off for now. And then you go ahead and peg the head on right in there. And there we have Blurr all complete. Now one thing I love about this line is just how sleek the robots are. You have this whole extra functionality of being able to fit a little robot, essentially a Minicon, inside the actual robot. And bearing in mind this is a deluxe figure, that is an extremely small cavity right there in the chest, and you can fit a robot inside there, which becomes the head. And you know, where's the kibble on this guy? There isn't any. Scourge, there wasn't any either. I mean, he's meant to have that kind of wing backpack thing. This guy literally has absolutely no kibble whatsoever. I mean, he's literally like a perfect Transformer. Amazing articulation, no panels and stuff all over the place. I know that there's this extra piece which is just kind of floating around right now, but you can attach it to him. I'm just choosing not to. So it's absolutely phenomenal. And like I said, you do lose all of that light blue from transformation, so it does look pretty bland in this mode. The Takara version does look a hell of a lot better. I do definitely suggest you pick that one up if you want to go ahead and spend that little bit extra money. Otherwise, this looks fantastic anyway, and you can go ahead and paint this up if you really want to. As a couple of size comparisons, here he is next to a G1 Optimus Prime. This is a clear version. And then here is Scourge himself right here. So as you can see, they're about the same size. He's a tiny little bit smaller than Scourge himself. And yes, you can go ahead and swap out those heads if you want to as well. The articulation, head is on a ball joint right there, looking left and right, up and down a little bit of a wiggle. Shoulders can come out to the side. He kind of hits himself in the head there. Rotate all the way around, and then you have the elbow hinge right here and a swivel. The wrist swivel. We actually do have a waist twist on this, which we didn't get on Scourge. Ball jointed hips, so full range of motion right there. Rotation at the thigh, single jointed knee, and then you get that bit of toe pivot, I guess, but it's not really classed as articulation. So very, very nicely articulated, pretty much kibble free. I love how these Titan Masters actually interact. Not only are they essentially a headmaster, but they can also operate the vehicle mode and stuff like that. So I love just how much you can actually do with these things. And remember, these are just deluxes and they look so good and they have so much interaction. They're definitely an epic line. So I 100% recommend that you go ahead and pick this figure up. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like, and if you want to see more pictures of anything else from my collection, check out my Instagram. It's Homerino123, and the link is in the description below. And for more Transformers reviews, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.